Woo! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is K-Stop Collective. I'm Cornell.
I'm Cody.
And we're here to do our review of One Piece Chapter 824, Little Pirate Games. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Are we sure it was Sabo that ate the Very Nomi? Because Oda been delivering that straight fire lately. Straight flames.
Dropping the manga mic.
Like, come on now. Come on. Back to back to back to back. He might take them little weeks off, you know.
Worth it every time.
You know, hit up one of his secretaries or some shit. I don't know what he's doing this free
time. He does nothing but work.
Joe, you thinking about his next chapter while he's hitting up one of his secretaries.
No, sabbaticals mean nothing but more work for Oda. The man does not stop working.
Either way, he giving us the business. He made up for just completely skipping the fucking. Let's get right into it. Let's get into the chapter. Give it to him, Cody.
So we start off with Luffy, and it's so funny because last week he was saying that he's like, "Fuck, screw it, I'm just gonna cook," and he has a little chef hat on top of his straw hat. Not important. We start off with them showing Luffy a newspaper saying, "Yeah, man, the Revolutionary Army's base got super wrecked," and Luffy, this is the first time he's ever seen his father, ever. Like, he didn't see his face, he didn't even, it was crazy. Nami's like, "I'm super surprised you're not even more curious about it, because that's a very famous guy, like, what even?" And he was like, "Oh, that's cool, doesn't look anything like me." Anyway, is Sabo okay? And that's all he fucking cared about, which is fine by me. And so they reason that, well, you know, the death is not in the newspaper, so really that must mean they're, you know, not dead, right? So
I don't know if y'all noticed, and you know, they went into the whole "he looks nothing like you" at all, and they did literally did the face by face, and they don't look alike. But this is the second time in the recent chapters that Brooke has said something ominous or important, and they just looked it over. Like when they showed the flashback to what happened with Sanji, and they mentioned that his last name was Vinsmoke and what his family did, and he was like, "No, it couldn't be." Like he knew them or he had some type of relation to him. It might be who murdered him, who knows. But just completely ignored it. And this time he said, when Luffy mentioned that he looked nothing like him, he said the picture doesn't do his presence justice. Like he met the man before, and just completely ignored it. Everybody. So, and that would make two people in the crew that has met his own father before Luffy did, him and Robin.
And we still have no idea why they just don't care about one another. Like when Dragon saw his son in the newspaper, he's like, "Yeah, whatever." So he's like,
"Robin."
Yeah, how's Robin?
How's Robin?
And then he sees his dad in the newspaper. He's like, "All right, cool, whatever. He doesn't look anything like me." So how's Sabo? So we find out that Cypher Pole actually wound up going to the Revolutionary base as well, and in a brief skirmish with the Blackbeards, they wound up retreating. The Blackbeards wound up retreating. So we don't know exactly what happened still, but we're just assuming everybody's still alive, and we don't even know why or how Cypher Pole got there.
He wasn't ready for that Cypher Pole business.
That must have been such an amazing battle. I can't even, like, if we knew what went on in that battle, we would know so much more just about One Piece in general. Like, my god, dude.
Well, fuck it, it don't matter, because again, Oda gave us
battles.
Fire, because we learned that Jack was a fishman.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, so like after that, we go down to the bottom of the freaking ocean, and Jack is stuck underneath all this rubble of the ship, and he's just thinking to himself, like, all right, well, and the rare time that One Piece decides to curse is like, "Can someone please get me the fuck out of here?" And I noticed that his teeth are jagged, just like a fish man.
Did he have a mask on, the little metal jaw thing?
I feel like he did.
He had a metal jaw, and that's why we never saw his teeth.
That's super true. Yeah, that's why we never saw his mouth. That's right. So, along with being a fish man, a really powerful fish man at that, obviously.
He could turn into an elephant.
He could turn into an elephant. The Drought. Jack the Drought. All right, cool. And I was just saying a few episodes ago that I really would like to see more combinations of, you know, Fishman and what, the little fairies and stuff. The
just any combination.
Yeah, pretty much giants. Pretty much any combination. I think that stuff is really cool. And there's obviously crossbreeding in this world. So I like that. That's really cool that Jack's a Fishman. So then we go over to, oh, actually on the side, they went from, Luffy cooked all this food and he wound up using all of the rations. It's a week's worth of rations gone. They don't have Sanji and they don't have Frankie to fix the ship. So Luffy makes all this food. It's garbage, dude.
A big pot of shit.
Hey, he was like, "What's wrong, guys?" And then he wound up eating. He's like, "How am I supposed to eat this shit?" And they were like, "You're asking us?" So he was like, "What are we gonna do about this?" And then the fucking ship was on fire. Great, guys, it's on fire. He was like, "Oh, I forgot the stove on," like an idiot. So as soon as that happens, a storm comes rolling in, and you see a lot of lightning. And it's so interesting because Carrot, she says, "Oh no, what's going on? Is this Electro?" And we don't know what the hell that means. And that's coming from. She comes from an island where everybody uses those little electric attacks.
Might be a god that they worship.
I just think it's a form. I don't know. It's probably referring to the form of attack that they use because they all use electric attacks.
Because the sky uses electro.
Yeah, we don't know what the hell, where it comes from, how they have it, whatever. So then it goes over to Luffy says, "Fine, great, cool. The storm's gonna blow away the fire." And they're like, "It's not good. It's not good news, Luffy." So right after that storm happens, we then go to some strange country, which I think now we know is the Wano country. I'm pretty sure that's what they're occupying right now. It goes to that big ominous, what I'm guessing is a castle. And we see, once again, a big old Kaido. And I mean, he's much different than when we remember him. He has a little dope ass shirt on, but he's crying his ass off. He's drinking, and he's crying super hard because the Straw Hats wound up ruining their plans to have what he wanted to be a full-on organization of just primarily fruit users. Okay, so we see Kaido, and he's super pissed. He's like, "If only Doflamingo wasn't so weak." So like, what, a 100 chapter arc? And then Kaido's like, "It's only that little pussy wasn't so weak." Great. And he's starting to realize that it's only because of the Straw Hats that did this, that this happened, you know? So he's starting to get his eyes on it. That's the first time he's named Straw Hat Luffy and Trafalgar Law. It came out of his mouth. So now he's pretty much targeting them because he knows what's going on. He said, you're fucking with my shit now. You have to know.
You talking about y'all playing with the big boys. Y'all took out a couple Shishibukai, you know, Crocodile, Gecko Warrior, Doflamingo. That ain't nothing. You want a Yonko? You want a Yonko to step onto the field? They don't want it. They didn't want it. But they gonna get it. They gonna. And as fucking Kai was talking mad shit, the panel comes to our boy Eustace Kid, and he is beat the fuck up on the ground, like badly. Mind you, how many chapters ago? Like 20 something. The couple chapters ago, he was talking shit about Shanks, like he was gonna go in there and do something great.
Like that's our plan.
Like he was gonna come in there and Falcon punch the shit out of Shanks and everything would be fine. And his crew betrayed him, obviously.
Is it betrayal if, I mean, my God, you have Kaido in front of you and you're just like, what, you die or you go with Kaido? That's not really a betrayal, but like, yeah, his crew definitely sided with Kaido after that happened. And I'm guessing Eustace being the little hard-headed motherfucker he is, he's like, all right, well, screw this.
Like, I'd rather take the beating.
Didn't work. So he then proceeds to tell, hey, Eustace, go and give these Straw Hat crew, you know, give them a little message for me.
You know?
I mean, the message being, you might as well run because I got my eyes on you, son. Like, it's go time, which is just amazing as far as ominous future. It's just crazy. I can't believe that we already saw Kaido again, and he has his sights on Straw Hats guy ever again.
Either way,
needless to say,
we switch back over to the crew, and that's the one thing that the chapter did a lot. Of switch from the comedic part with the crew to the serious, important parts, the meaty, greedy parts of the chapter. But we switch back over to the crew, and it's snowing. They didn't change their whole outfit. Luffy got a little patch on his shoulder that said Bone Lion.
Bone Lion.
Don't know what the hell that is. And they're trying to eat his food. Shit is fucking disgusting. And they're begging Sanji to come back and save them because they're suffering. And then, lo and behold, we get what we've been wanting, that year to Sanji. We switch over to Big Mom's boat.
And what's curious is we go from it snowing to where Luffy is to it being snow where Sanji is. They find out it's not snow. They're actually in a deep in Big Mom's territory, and it's cotton candy snow. So it is like it's really sweet. I think it's really interesting. So I'm curious as to, is it just random weather that's going on where Luffy is, or are they close enough to where they're kind of in the same vicinity? So I mean, they're all both headed towards the same place, really, and I'm just wondering how close they are. But anyway, we go ahead and find out that they're trying to get Sanji a part of the Big Mom crew. Obviously, I mean, it's not just a marriage, but he said you might as well join the crew if you're good enough, and you might have a good place over here. And Sanji said, I would never cook for people like you. You betray your own, and that's just not what I'm about. Like these hands shall never cook for people like you. And he said, well, Pikum's he got caught in his feelings a little bit, so he kind of really did deserve it. Which, by the way, he got shot in the back, and then proceeds to brag about his turtle shell power.
He's gonna be upset about that forever.
In a world where you use hockey armament. Okay, anyway, that's a real Diamond Jozu situation we got going on. When you turn as hard as stone, but anyway, so he says that he's not gonna work for him. It's just not gonna happen. Like, there's no point. I'm gonna do this shit and get back to my crew, whatever. Screw you guys. And then he was like, well, all right, that's cool. We're at least gonna show you a picture of the girl you're gonna marry, the 35th in line in the Charlotte family. He was like, whatever. And he turns around. Oh man, she is such a cutie. She is so beautiful, and his eyes are just bulging out. Classic song. I'm surprised he didn't like rocket spray blood out of his nose.
Did he cure that?
I don't think it'll ever be cured. He won't die from it, but I don't think it'll ever be a cure. Isn't that?
They would have just not decided to do that since Chopper wasn't around.
Yeah, right. He almost died from that.
Multiple times.
All right, so what next?
That was it. That was the end of the chapter.
I feel like
I refuse to believe that she's just a normal grade A, good-looking girl.
She's a cutie.
Like, there's something wrong with her. Something wrong with her, Oda. We know you. We know you. But that's it for chapter 824, man. We got some good stuff. We got Jack being a fishman. We got the shit with Kid and Kaido. And we got to see Sanji, which all in all is great.
My boy.
I really enjoyed this chapter.
What's crazy is that finally, like I said, Jack has his sights set on the Straw Hat Pirates. That's about as great a threat as you can get.
Not to mention they're heading towards Big Mom. They're in between a rock and a hard place.
Oh yeah.
A giant with horns and a fat lady.
A Shichibukai and a Yonko.
The boy Yonkos.
I'm just saying a rock and a hard place.
That's
all
it.
analogies.
Yeah.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you guys for sticking with us so far. We have lots of good stuff planned for y'all in the near future. So come and stick with us and hang around because it's gonna get good. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the bottom. Do what you gotta do, man, and we'll see you guys soon.
Dislike, call us assholes.
Yeah, be mean to us.
We don't care.
We're okay with it.
We like it. Have a good one.
Alright, guys.
Shadow Dab. Shadow Dab.